Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first segment of The Ugly Truth. The Ugly Truth is a show that is designed to improve relationships. It's somewhat of a relationship vitamin. What we'll be discussing in this show is different ways to enhance, to improve, to elevate any kind of relationship that you might be in, whether it be it marriage or dating, with your siblings or at work. Also, parent, teacher, athlete, coach, just the various kind of relationships that might exist. So we're going to be doing that over the course of time. This is the first segment, and we'll rely on some feedback from people to determine what is the subject that people are most interested in. All of us have different issues that we're faced with, and so we're going to go and take our time and kind of work our way through the different aspects of a relationship and the various ones that we think that would be helpful. This is all about being helpful, not to one gender or one person or another. It's just about having a relationship be a high quality relationship. The first thing that we're going to talk about is in most relationships, it comes a time where someone needs to apologize. And just to simplify matters, I'm going to talk about now, let's just say, a husband and a wife. Apologizing is a really, really difficult thing for most people. And the reason that it's really difficult is because I guess it's not as difficult to apologize when you really feel like you're really wrong. But the difficulty comes in when you really don't feel like you're wrong, but you feel like it might be the right thing to do. But at the same time, you have some other things that enter your mind about apologizing because you feel in a way that you might be feeding into the other person's bad behavior, so to speak. So apologizing is a big, big area that needs to be addressed in relationships. And the most important thing is to talk about how and why it's important to apologize. So that's the first thing we're going to start off with, and we'll spend the entire segment on just that issue, apologizing. The first reason that apologizing is really, really a powerful way to handle a relationship is that it takes the pressure off of the person that's doing the apologizing. That is really key. What it does is that once you apologize, and we're speaking specifically being having a sincere apology. Once you apologize, it kind of puts everything on the other person. And what I mean by that is that they either accept the apology or they reject the apology. But it has nothing to do with the person that's apologizing. Once you've stepped up to the plate and you apologize, and we're not speaking about whether you're wrong or right, whatever the case may be, but we're talking about just apologizing for whatever happened in the scenario, in the exchange between the two people. Once you do that, you have really relieved yourself of a lot of things that come with the frustration of disagreeing or the exchange that was negative between the two people. And now everything is on the other person. So that's the beautiful part and the powerful part about apologizing. And not that it's necessarily a strategy. It's just the honest truth. It's the ugly truth, really, about it, that when you do it, you really have relieved yourself of the responsibility of the back and forth aspect of disagreeing. So that's the most important. That's not the most important thing, but that's a really important aspect of the power of apologizing. Number two, it kind of goes along with what I just said. It really, again, it puts the responsibility of reacting on the other person. It then all the pressure, everything that comes with the disagreeing part of it is really on the other person to respond to your apology. And again, I don't want to overemphasize the importance of a sincere apology. But again, it puts everything on the other person. So again, that's number two in the power of apologizing. Number three, and I got a cheat sheet, so I'm looking down at my cheat sheet a little bit. It makes the person who you apologize to want to show you that they are sorry too, in a way. And let me explain that. That's a little, that can be a little confusing. Once the person has heard an apology from a person, it puts you in a position where, generally speaking, and we're talking about kind of normal people, but it puts you in a position, or that person in a position, where they would like to find ways to accommodate the apology themselves, because now you've done that, they've heard that, and now they actually feel the responsibility of responding. And most people want to respond in kind. Most people do. And that's the advantage of apologizing, because it puts the other person in a position where it gives them an opportunity to feel comfortable responding in kind. So, and what I mean by that is that they no longer now have to put up the boxing gloves and have a fight with you, because the fight is over. You've taken that out of the equation, and now they have a responsibility, really, is to respond. And again, most of the time when you apologize, and it may take time, but when you apologize, you put the person in position to apologize as well. You give them the platform, so to speak, to apologize. Point number four, and this kind of goes without saying, but it actually dilutes the issue. It takes the venom, so to speak, kind of out of the equation and the exchange that you have between the two people. It takes that out of the equation, because you're no longer in an adversarial situation. You've done away with that, and it allows everybody to calm down. And that's the beautiful part about the apology as well, because now all of a sudden you just kind of take all the air, all the negative air, kind of out of the room with the apology. Everybody can just breathe. Excuse me. And that's a very, very important part of changing the exchange, is creating a different environment. And the apology does that so well. So you can already see that when you apologize, you really are in a power position when you apologize. It's not about succumbing to the other person, or being weak, or really having a person feel like they were right and you're concerned about that. You're really in a power position, because you've taken control of a situation that was negative. And you create, and not that it would be totally positive because you apologize, but you're taking a big step toward the situation being a better situation because of you. So you took a power step in the exchange. So that's another big reason. Another thing, another reason, and I'll say is reason number 5, that apologizing is a great thing. It's classy. It's a classy thing to do, and it shows that you can be a high quality person by saying, regardless of how I feel about being right or wrong, I just want to apologize for hurting your feelings, or I want to apologize for this happening. I really didn't intend for it to be this way. That is really, really a classy move. And when I say classy move, what I really mean is that you really put yourself in a different category, because what you've done by apologizing is very, very difficult to do. And a lot of people find it almost impossible to do. So it was a classy move, and you've elevated yourself to another category by apologizing. So again, being apologizing is so impactful and so powerful. And again, it is a very classy way to handle a situation. And then I'll get looking at my cheat sheet again. I'll get to my last point. But when you apologize, it really makes the person that's doing the apologizing more attractive. It's attractive to be able to accept that maybe you were wrong, or take a position that might be a more subservient, or kind of a position that lacks a little power. It really it does. It shows confidence. It shows that you're self-assured. It is really a powerful thing to do. And it makes you look attractive when you're able to apologize. Saying the words, "I'm really sorry," when you can square your shoulders and look somebody in the eyes and say that, "Hey, I'm really sorry about what happened between us. I'm really sorry for, contributing to the malfunctioning of whatever the case was or the situation." It really puts you really look different when you do it, because you really look like you just look like a different person. I mean, it's a really attractive thing that you're doing by apologizing. So, just, in summary, I just want to make sure that we've covered all the points. These are the points that I think are really something to keep in mind when you get in a situation where you want to apologize. So I'll go back over the points real quickly. I won't go in depth about the points, but we'll go real quickly. One, it takes the pressure off the person that's doing the apologizing. Number two, it puts the person that's being apologized to in a position where they need to respond, or they have to respond in some way, verbally, non-verbally, at a later date. At some point, it's off the person that did the apologizing, and it's on that person. That's two. Number three, it makes the person who you apologize to really want to show you that they're sorry too on some level. Now, this, again, doesn't happen all the time, but most of the time when you apologize, a person that you apologize to, they want to find some common ground. That's really what they want. And you gave them that opportunity because you apologized. Number four, it dilutes the issue. It totally takes the issue, it waters it down, it calms it down. Everything is just a whole lot better just because of an apology. It changes the whole environment. That's another thing. Number five, we talked about that it's just classy to apologize. It puts you in a whole different category when you can let everything go and just say those words that, "I'm really sorry." That's a classy move. And hopefully you'll look at it that way. It's a really classy and special move that a lot of people can't do and have a hard time doing. So again, very classy move. And then the final point is that it's very attractive. You look different when you can square your shoulders and look someone right in the eyes and say, "You know what? I'm sorry about that. I thought about it. I just don't really see, where, I was really right about it, or I just don't see it being necessary. I apologize for you feeling this way. I don't want you to feel this way." You talking about a classy move. Not many people can do it. Very classy move. So hopefully after listening to this, and we know it's some loose ends that need to be tied up. I know that everybody that you apologize to, it still may not be the end of the issue, but that's a heck of a start if you can do that from the beginning. You can take that off yourself and make that relationship better. So again, I want to thank you for listening in on the first segment of The Ugly Truth. Again, this is a relationship vitamin channel, our program. And hopefully we'll discuss issues coming up and more and more issues in relationships that we think that can be helpful. And we'll get into some different ones. But again, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful new year and get this thing started off on the right foot, in the right way. And I think it's a great segment in as we transition from 2019 to 2020. So again, thank you so much and have a wonderful day.